name is Jay. Hello Barmy Badger Army, I hope you're all well guys. Welcome to the first film review we've done in a while. This film's called Deadcon and it's a really interesting film. It's one of these films where you think, I really hope this is going to be good. It's about a collection of YouTubers and Instagram stars and basically famous internet stars who converge upon a convention about them and about their recent achievements and all the different things. That there's the stereotypical gamer, there's a fashion vlogger, there's a teen vlogger, and there's several other vloggers that are here. There's a big party going on, there's lots of different things going on, and it's very interesting when you think about it. Now, at the start of the film, there is a bit of a reveal that there's a special program in the computer that someone hacks into, and they go onto it and they design it, and then all of a sudden it gets a ghost in the program, or what we presume is a ghost, but it's never really revealed what it is. And then we fast forward to the convention and all hell breaks loose and all these different things happen where they go in this specific haunted room and they're having a bit of a party and things like that. And one particular YouTuber or Instagram star is never really processed really. I think a lot of them are streamers because it has, when you're watching, it has a revolving chat. So I presume a lot of them are vloggers and streamers. There's one particular gamer in there as well. Interesting character as well. Very good. Now, some of the characters have good depth in them. There's a bit of a mystery going on. There's an affair going on as well between an Instagram star and a streamer. And there's all these sort of different plots that are in the film that they sort of never really tie together properly. There is a mystery on what the actual ghost is in the program. There's a chat ghost that's in there and it sort of tries to possess people and come in, but it never really explains what it is. It hits on a mystery that there's a ghost in a program that sort of visits YouTubers and streamers, and it's based in the room in the hotel, but it never really ties together what it is, why it's there, and who it is, and why it's doing what it's doing. It's very interesting. Obviously, they like to leave things open in horror films, but there's nothing really of substance there. There's nothing really that makes you think, wow. You know, when a horror film delivers a mystery at the start, you expect it to come together and explain what's happening at the end. But it doesn't. Doesn't at all. It has lots of different things in there that were really good, like, I'm not trying to give too many spoilers because I do want you guys to watch it. One of them gets possessed and things happen, but there's no payoff with that. They don't really explain why they're doing that, and there's no real thing towards it. Do you know what I mean? Now, let's get on to the positives because I've focused way too much on the negatives. Actually, there's one more negative. It paints all YouTubers and Instagram stars as alcoholics. But anyway, that is a different suggestion. We are going to look into the good bits. Now, it has a very interesting theme to it. It makes you realise that, obviously, with it, the suspense builds. He's concentrating on the game. They're evil. You know, there's lots of different touches here where they go on to different bits of paranormal activity. They focus on different things where there's a good bit of scares, but it never quite delivers. There's a few fun horror aspects there, like one particular kill is someone gets killed by a dial-up modem wire. And it's different things where it never really hits the mark, but I want to like it. It's one of these films that if you're a true horror fan and you've seen plenty of drivel, you actually quite enjoy the bad ones because it balances out the good. Now, this is a terrible film, but it's fantastic in its own way. It's good because it's bad. there's elements of paranormal activity, like I was saying. There's elements of cheap scares there. There's elements of comedy. There's all these different things that sort of come in but never quite deliver. And I don't want to focus on the negative. I'm trying to find positives. One weird thing is that apparently all YouTube fans are screaming little girls. That is not the truth. There should have been a bit more substance here. It's a wasted opportunity. Why not get low-level YouTubers to come in and do cameos? Reference YouTubers with permission. I'm sure they could have somehow. Make up a bit more substance to the plot. Like, why are the YouTubers there? Do they get paid to be there? Are they doing all these different things? And also, it was really weird because they kept on and on and on about how great the hotel was, but the hotel was pants. It was really basic. They should have harped more on that. You know, play to your strengths. Don't say the hotel room was fantastic when it wasn't actually a fantastic hotel room, it was pants. You know, they should have played to their strengths a bit more. It obviously had a low budget, we know that, but the problem with it was that they didn't talk about that. They should have gone a bit more in depth. And there wasn't actually that much of the con involved. You know, I'd like to have seen a bit more of the convention. They must have hired out a big hall, so they didn't really use that to their advantage. But yeah, it was a real mishmash of a film. And it's one of these films that you want to like, but there just wasn't enough substance and there wasn't enough payoff. There was a really fantastic bit at the end. There was a really good Paranormal Activity style sort of horror jump scare, and that was fantastic. There was a few moments in there where I was genuinely scared, but there was a few moments in there where I was genuinely horrified, and not for a good reason. It was pants. You know? So on the whole, I would say that Deadcon is worth a watch if you enjoy YouTube. It's worth a watch if you enjoy looking at all the different things to do with YouTube and Instagram and all these different things, but there's no real payoff. It's one of these films where you think, I wanted to enjoy this, but there's just not enough good stuff there. It throws good stuff at you. You think, yeah, where's the good stuff? Give me more good stuff. And then it goes, here's a pile of turd as well. It never quite reaches, you know, it doesn't focus on its strengths, which should have been low budget, should have been focusing more on YouTube and promoting smaller YouTubers and sort of reenacting with those YouTubers. A few well-known faces, even one well-known face would have added a bit more gravitas to it. Even if it was a low-level YouTuber, I think if people knew them, and that would have actually helped the YouTuber promote their channel. See, this is where they missed a trick, is they should have got smaller YouTubers involved, promoted them, got them in on it, and then they would have got more subscribers and done well off the back of the film. This is where they missed a trick. It would have been cheaper and very, very cheap to hire low-level YouTubers, and then it would have helped them along the way to get the gravitas they needed. And they didn't need to be the main parts. They could have just been bits and pieces here and there and cameos, and it would have done everyone really well, because then they would have all promoted the film. I think it was a missed trick there, and that's one of my thoughts on it, is that they missed a trick. They should have hired lower level people that would have known a bit more about what to do, because you could tell some of the guys didn't really know what they're doing. They're actors. You know, so they're probably not YouTubers themselves. Please help me if I'm wrong. If you're watching this and you are part of the film and you are a YouTuber, let me know. But there was just something about it where I feel they missed a trick and they could have promoted it easier. Now, like I was saying, the payoff was fun at the very end. There was a Paranormal Activity style section, but there should have been more of that. I really wanted to see more of that. In fact, that was actually the scariest bit of the film, was the bit at the end. And I think if they'd have done more of that, it would have been fantastic. So if they ever make a sequel to Deadcon, please make sure you do it in the Paranormal Activity style, because that's where your strength rose. And also, there was lots of bits and pieces on there where they were talking to their fans and things like that. And there was probably a good quarter of the film where they were talking to their fans in a live chat, and they were showing the villain or the ghost in the chat conversing with other people. Now, that's where they missed a trick, because they should have made it super low budget, and done it more Paranormal Activity style, and I think they would have been a winner. So on the positives is it's half good, half pants. It's missing something, and I wish that they'd have focused on the good bits of the idea and not the bad bits. So I'm struggling for a good thing, but if you enjoy cheesy horror films, it's well worth a look. I'll link the trailer in the description of the chat and all the business. Thanks very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this review. If I've missed anything out and you're a fan of this film, please tell me and I'll add it in or do a second part very soon. But I did enjoy the performance to the actors, but I feel it was a missed opportunity. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Hope you enjoyed today's film review. Let me know if you want to see more. All right, bye.